source, just to reiterate the message, I guess it applies to everyone, and we just need to be safe on the roads.
Yeah, obviously this time of the year it's obviously a real joyful time, and a time that brings a lot of happiness, and you want to make sure you're prepared and organised, as there's a lot more people on the roads these days. It was this time of the year, so the more prepared you can be, and I guess the more sensible you can be, the better it is.
You're involved here. Is it something that you're passionate about, motor safety, stuff like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Being a country boy, we obviously spend a lot of time on the road, coming to and from sporting events and whatnot, and Christmas is no different. There'll be a lot of people travelling and a lot more traffic on the road, and as I said before, it's just got to make sure you're really prepared and make sure you stay as safe as you can.
And I guess you want to be talking at Christmas time about football training rather than motor accidents. So speaking of the training, how's it all going?
Yeah, it's going really well. It's great to be back. We obviously had an extended break this year, going deep into the finals again, which was nice. I guess the positive thing is the boys have all come back in really good nick. It's a good time of the year this year. We're all training hard, and we're all looking forward to just putting a bit of hard work before Christmas.
I think you had a bit of a niggle late in the season last year. Are you fully recovered now? And now looking back, do you feel like you're a lot fitter now that you've had a month or two off?
Yeah, I rolled my ankle in around 18-19, I think it was, against Essendon, and obviously missed a couple of weeks there. But I felt I was able to, play some decent footy towards the end of the year. It's not ideal carrying, I guess, a little niggle towards the end of the year, but having, I think it was about 8 to 10 weeks off now, I was able to really get some strength through the ankle again, and I'm really confident that it won't hamper me going forward.
So there's been a bit of talk about third man up in the rucks. You have an opinion on that, whether it should be outlawed or?
Yeah, I haven't thought too much about it. I guess with me, obviously, it's important that you can't just allow players to have a free jump into you. I reckon if a third man's going to go up, then I think you should be able to block his run and it not be a free kick. But I'm a bit of a traditionalist, and it's obviously a tactic that's used against bigger ruckmen or dominating ruckmen. So I wouldn't like to see it be ruled out altogether, but I think it can definitely be tweaked.
Has it been used more against you in the recent years? Or
probably not really. I guess it's more for those those real big guys like Sandilands, or if Nick Nat's going well, or even Big Maxi Gorn. It might be something. And we've seen Hawthorn with Jordan Lewis and Kangaroos use it a lot in the past. So I don't think it's something that's real common. Geelong's probably another team that's starting to do it a bit more now, but I don't think it's something that's real common, no.
So how would you tweak it?
I just think if a third man's going to go up, I think he should be entitled to be able to block his run. I don't think he should be able to just have a free crack at jumping up with the ball. So as I said before, it's always been a part of the game, so I wouldn't like to see it outruled.
Is that something you guys have worked on at training in terms of the third man up and how you can combat that sort of thing?
I think you've always done. It's always, as I've mentioned, it's been a part of the game. We've used it at times. At times, other teams have used it against us. So depending on the opposition and things like that, it depends how we coach it going into the week.
Is it something like the Crows do need to use, given you've been playing with one ruckman for most of the season, and maybe JJ will sort of help you out at times, but obviously you need a third man up there, sometimes during the game.
Oh, and we've gone to it at times. So I think depending who you play against, obviously there's some really big boys getting around now, as I mentioned before, with Sandilands and these types of guys, and sometimes you do need a bit of assistance to, I guess, compete hard with them. So we'll continue to use it at times, and I guess handle it when it's used against us.
What's changed at training this pre-season?
I guess we've really ramped up the demand on each other in terms of contested ball and wanting to get more of each other. We know where we sit. We finished sixth the last 2 years, and it's not where we want to be. We want to be right up in that top four and be able to give ourselves every chance of competing for the premiership. So contested ball will be something we'll really work on, and the real drive to, I guess, get more out of who guys are about in the fringe to contribute more next year.
And Riley O'Brien's upgraded to the senior list now. How does he get a game with you on the side, mate? Can you play both of you, or does he have to bide his time until you maybe sit a game out or something?
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting one. I'll leave that up to the coaches about which way they want to go. But the thing I'll say about Riley is he's come back. He's in really good nick. He's starting to turn into a man body now, which he's put on a lot of size. And I really welcome the competition between us. I think it's great to have multiple options. By no means am I comfortable in thinking that I'm just going to roll into round one and my position's going to be there. He's training really well, and I reckon the good thing of that is he's going to make me better as well. So we've got Paul Hunter as well, who's who's into his second year now, he's going really well. So I think we're starting to build a bit of depth in that area, which can only help us.
Everyone said if you get injured, there's no backup. It's a big hole in the Crows list. Do you feel that Riley's ready to take that role if you have to sit a game or two out?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we saw that a couple of times last year against Freo Brisbane, the 2 games that I missed, and also now he's done some amazing things at SANFL level. He's held down the number 1 ruck spot for 2 years as a guy who's 18, 19 years of old. So, which I think's a really good effort, and he's been exposed to some quality SANFL ruckman as well. So, I guess he dipped his toes a little bit last year, and I think he'd be ready to go if he's can get the spot. A lot of the younger guys. Riley Knight's one who's come back in. He's a real professional role. He ran a really good return time trial time. He's a really good leader amongst the young guys as well. So he had a bit of trouble with injuries last year, but I'm really excited to see what he can do. Wayne Miller is another one who I think we saw a little bit last year as well. He can go to another level, and as mentioned, probably Riley O'Brien's another guy. But without naming those 3, there's a whole range of guys who are looking to improve, and even the guys in the AFL side are looking to go to another level.
And what would you like for Christmas?
What would I like for Christmas? Someone to pay my house mortgage off, but probably just something for my house. Generally a Bunnings voucher or something will keep me happy.